as he hit the winning double there against the machine gun Jermaine Watamina.
First leg, Madars to throw first. Game on.
And the winner of this will take on the #1 seed, a man in stupendous form, the Masters champion, Joe Cullen. Mark Webster alongside me for game 3 of the afternoon.
Interesting time. Madars Razma progressing through his career. Wayne Jones, well, who knows what stage his career at. He bumped into Murray. He says he doesn't know. He's coming here. He's going to have a go. As Dan pointed out, he won his place in this event when he had a tour card. At the minute, it's, you want to put it this way, he's probably coming to get a bit of a payday, Dan, isn't he? He's trying to earn as much money as he can, and if he can have a real great run, could maybe put him in the mix for the European Championships. And he may start thinking about trying to qualify through the Challenge Tour of Merit to get into the European Championship finals. But
60
for Wayne Jones to think about. But I think he's just got to some simple, just try and win this game and go from there.
I mean, the older statesman of this game.
131.
Gary Anderson's the first one you think of. You ask him about practice. He says, I don't need to practice. I've played this game for 30 odd years. I know how to throw a dart. Turns out if you do practice, you tend to get a bit better. You can play yourself into some form. But Wayne Jones is quite capable of going up there, even if he hasn't picked up his darts for a number of months. Quite capable of going up there and sticking in a decent performance. Admittedly, the first 9 darts aren't a great indication of what may be to come.
100.
Going to chuck a leg in like this. Chuck it when you're against the throw, just right off this opening leg. Madars Razma, a tricky opponent.
60.
Madars, you require some random switches to the treble 19s, beginning of legs. The treble 16 there, and I don't really like that way, but if your opponent's on 251, why not? But Razma just making a bit of a mess of this, but as I said, in control of this opening leg.
Yeah, loves the treble 19, loves the double 18 as well. See him use those 2 sections of the board
45.
more than most. Madars Razma.
36.
18 he wants. That's a
Game
16
on the
dart
first
start.
leg, Madars Razma.
Second
leg going to throw first.
Resistance from Wayne Jones, and already you're kind of seeing a lot of wayward darts from Wayne Jones. That's a better dart, I should say.
81.
But he looks like a player who, with only a leg and a bit in, who hasn't really been practicing. And he went to Q School, didn't happen. Didn't play in the Challenge Tour, so
56.
Some local league stuff. How much match practice has Wayne Jones actually had in the build-up to this?
Well, look, Webber, you know, you were on the tour, playing every week. Not bad there, Wayne. The Wanderer pops in the first 180 of this contest. But when you've had a time away where you've not played, and you've had sort of months and months where you haven't really picked up darts. Certainly when you were starting out your commentary career, you weren't playing much at all at any point, you weren't practicing. How long did it take you to get back into some kind
140.
of
It's not about the practice board. Yes, you can practice and practice. You've just got to check yourself into a match, and you've got to check yourself into a match where you feel a little bit edgy. So if it happens to be a super, for me, it's about playing a bit of Super League, but you've got to get that nerves. And if Wayne Jones has played local league, he may, you know, you'd expect it to be one of
the second leg.
One of the main players around there, so rarely
Third leg, Madars to throw
first. Look, it's match practice. You harp on. You've got to feel those nerves of a game, and Wayne Jones, if he did have nerves, that will settle him down. An 11 darter when we were just questioning a few wayward darts, but yeah, the key is getting back on that board. And you never know, some sort of performance from Wayne Jones may help aid his decision, because he's in a bit of limbo at them, and he openly said he's not sure what he's going to do next. But
60.
Maybe some positives here. You never know. We might not be seeing the last of Wayne Jones just yet.
Certainly we've seen a lot more of Madars Razma. Do you think we have seen the best of Madars Razma, Webby, or is that yet to come?
Yeah, I'm unsure. I'm still unsure about his stage game. I think the World Championships, he was a bit sketchy against Steve Lennon. He took the scalp of Nathan Aspel, didn't he, in the Nordic Masters? And that was a real good performance. I thought he'd kick on, but Still think his stage game needs a lot of improving, and you'd like to think we haven't seen the best of him, but improvements need to be made. And
56.
Sprays a lot of darts around, coming down for 19s, and I see that as a bit indecisive. I think, you know, you're playing 90% at the top of the board.
Yeah, but surely, Webb, if you're one of the best treble 19 hitters
60.
in the world, and you're picking up an extra treble 19 per, I don't know, 3 or 4 visits than if you're throwing at the 20s, sure, it makes sense. It makes statistical sense to go for the 19s, doesn't it?
58.
Yeah, I agree, he is one of the best, but he doesn't go for it all the time, Dan, does he? It seems a bit indecisive. I mean, like you said, he's a great treble 19 hitter, but sometimes it looks just a bit as if he hasn't got a plan.
100.
Razma, but he's exciting to watch. Like I said, he's hit 3 9 darts on the tour, 2 of them in the same weekend. He's got the game. He's got gears.
And he's come very close to winning PDC titles. He's been in the final of ranking events before. Hasn't got over the line, but if you're looking at a player who might be a new first-time winner this year, then Madars Razma is probably in the conversation. As Wayne Jones, well, an extra 20 points there even makes a bit of a difference to that check.
Extra 1. Just
well, yes.
land somewhere, isn't it? Just because in all likelihood, the ball does come into play more often than not. 1-2-1. Treble 17 to keep the shot alive. It's not going to go, so Razma to hold again.
62. Madars, you require 28.
Nice use of the ball at the end there. Single to double finish he leaves. Won't
Here
matter
comes
though.
third leg, Madars Razma.
Madars pins the double 14,
first.
3 legs in, all holds
Game.
a throw. Exactly caught light this game, but we haven't seen a dart missed at double yet. So the scoring needs to improve. Q Wayne Jones, second 180.
Jones, we were concerned about his match practice, but a second maximum. There's been an 11 darter in there. So
47.
it's okay from Wayne. He's averaging a lot more than Madars at the minute. We are only in the 3rd leg, but
Oh, hello. Oh, just the wrong side. Well, if Wayne Jones is going to play like this on his own throw, he only needs 1 good leg against Madars in this match, or for Madars to have an absolute stinker on the throw, and he can steal this away.
96.
switch up to the treble 20 for Madars Razma. But yeah, you made a good point, Wayne. Looking really confident on throw.
Oh, behave.
He's going to lay up here.
138.
He went 11 darts on his leg when he held throw in leg 2. He could do it again here. He's under no pressure. He's cruising in this leg.
100 when you require 60.
So for another impressive holder throw for Wayne Jones, and his darts are nice and flat. It's a good finish for Wayne Jones. Well,
20.
The second one was worse than the first one at the double top, but like I said, he's so far ahead. Wayne Jones.
96 when you require 40.
Good thinking, Madars. Going back up. I like that. Give Wayne a few more darts.
You sorted that, Johnny Clayton. Oh!
No score.
And suddenly it becomes really relevant.
Yeah, it was. Now he's just looking to scramble about, and he's scrambling about a lot
87
here.
when you require 40.
Pinches this leg. Will hurt Wayne Jones, and it's all getting a bit scrappy now. No one likes double 5. Wayne Jones.
35.
Leg. This would be for Madars
Madars, you require
steal.
75.
Totally outscored. Made a counting error. But gets a dart at tops to break anyway. And
He's
takes
on
it.
a full blank.
And he is 3 out of 3 on the doubles, Madars Razma. His scoring is not
The flag
where he would
Madars
want it
to
to be.
the roofer.
In fact, his overall average is higher than his
Game on.
first 9 average at the minute, which is a reflection of how clinical he's been at the end of the legs and how underwhelming he's been at the start.
As we heard this walk-on song, he is halfway there, Madars. I don't know how.
9.
Madars Razma is a crucial break as well, because he's got the
140.
darts as well. So he's asking Wayne Jones to grab a couple of breaks just to force his way back in.
It can look as if he's sulking his way through a game. It's rare that you see Madars during an actual game where he's got a smile on his face. He's very much of the Dowell Gurney school of
59.
darts, where he's just a bit of a moody presence up on stage.
mentioned Darryl Gurney. He's coming up next.
125.
Madars Razma, he can produce some real quality levels performance. Like I say, he's been in a couple of finals.
46.
One of his games,
When you
William
record
O'Connor last week on the Pro
123.
Tour. He's very impressive. He dismantled William O'Connor, which takes some doing.
21 with the first start means it can't be finished, but he is going to leave
91.
himself
Madars you
on
record
double 16.
150.
2 trebles. I mean, Madars Razma, few and far between 2 treble visits for him in this game.
Wayne Jones, if he can pin this double 16, this is a great response because you lose legs like that.
And you require 32.
In the circumstances, Wayne Jones, you could easily go
He's
out
on the
and really
fifth leg, Wayne
real
Jones.
good response from Wayne Jones. Better
Sixth
on the
leg,
doubles,
Wayne
back
to
on
throw
throw.
first. Game on.
Winner of this to face Joe Cullen, the defending champion. Of course, we didn't have
50.
this particular tournament last year. Only the 2 Euro. No, how many Euro tours did we have last year? Was it 2? It was 2, wasn't it?
57.
Yes, it was. Hungarian Darts Trophy and Gibraltar Darts Trophy. So the last time we were here was the back end of 2020 when Joe Cullen beat Michael van Gerwen in the final to pick up another Euro Tour title.
43.
He stopped the dominance of Gedwin Price here. Gedwin Price had won back-to-back International Darts Opening racer. Cullen, who's fair to say, doing all right at the minute. Joe Cullen.
96.
And the Masters win the Premier League back to we the other week, Dan, didn't he? And he just played the perfect performance in terms of beating the man in front of him in Wigan, and that's it. What Joe Cullen's added to his game.
140.
He couldn't scrap through games a few years back, but now he certainly can, and he's reaping the rewards.
Well, look, time and time again, we've seen Joe Cullen turn up in these Euro Tour stages. And on, say, the Saturday or the last 16, maybe, on the Sunday afternoon, he's gone and looked like Rolls-Royce Joe Cullen, average 107. He's done that repeatedly. Some enormous Euro Tour averages from Joe Cullen. But he would have a poor game, and then he'd lose. He'd lose in a quarter-final. He'd lose in a semi-final. He started to put that right over the last few years, and now he's doing it much more regularly.
99.
Wayne Jones, this time, is the man to leave himself on a bogey number.
I don't think it was a counting out from Wayne Jones. I mean, you could argue he could have started on the 18s, but
94.
The last start sort of got him to 168, and been resilient here, Wayne Jones. He's going to get a chance to level up the match at 3 apiece. Good look at the action for Madars.
105
real
is when
straight
you require
action, no nonsense,
74.
not a lot of movement.
Ooh,
39.
just caught a little bit of the flight, I assume,
Madars you
skewed off
require
to the left-hand
85.
side. I don't know whether it was destined for double top. It'd be treble 19, double 14 here. Oh, it isn't. That's interesting.
He's going to get a poke at the ball. Change of tact for Madars Razma, and he can't
60.
find the ball, so
When you
Wayne
require
Jones has to split the
35.
35 now, and 2 at double 16. Pinned this in the previous leg. Big dart for Wayne Jones, and he's undone his good work. He's battled really well to get the
Madars you
breaker throw
require
back.
25.
And wayward on the doubles again, and Madars Razma expect him to close this out and go 2 away. And
He's
two
on the
away from
6th
a clash with
leg.
the number 1 seed.
Madars.
Madars Razma 4-2 up, and
7th leg, Madars to
Joe
throw
Cullen is
first.
watching on. I'm
Game on.
overly concerned with what he's seeing.
Well, he's 4-2 up. He hasn't managed to win a leg in 15 darts or fewer as yet, Madars Razma. You don't think that would trouble the top seed. You don't really expect Madars Razma, if he does come through this game, to play at this standard. You expect more from Madars Razma than an 80 average.
That is
135.
particularly the first round. You've qualified, you've got the effort to get to some of these venues, and the first round you need to win. Double your money, remember, go up to £2,000, and how important that can be when qualifying for the European Championship finals. I estimated the figure around 15,000. Dan, you're the man on the European Tour.
I mean, it's 3 years since we had a full Euro Tour. To be honest, Webby, I've got no idea. And there are different ways of qualifying for these, obviously. It's all based on your performances on the Euro Tour, but people, I remember, beaten one year, qualifying for the first 6 apiece. And so just by being there, you're picking up ranking money every other weekend. Whereas somebody like Richard North, I also remember, made a semi-final in the very first event, didn't qualify for any of the others until the last one, made another semi-final, and all of a sudden he's in the Euro Champ.
Don't bring up Richard North. Anyway, Razma. Not done himself any favours that first start.
18.
He pitched it too high.
When you require 86.
He likes double 18, but if you're going to block the target, Madders, it might have been worth 14 tops, but Wayne Jones, he's going to get a poke at the ball now. Razma got one in the previous leg, and he could convert. Wayne Jones does, and Wayne Jones breaks back again. Won't go away, Wayne.
Hey, flag Wayne to throw
first. 2 darts, put himself one away. Is that a bit of a turning point?
Well, look, Wayne Jones, his winning legs have been in 16 darts, 12 darts there, and 11 darts.
60.
When he is getting it right, he is getting it very, very right. But Madars Razma is winning all the scrappy, messy legs at the minute.
The key moments, the scrappy moments are being won by this man, and he's the man who has the slender advantage at the minute.
100.
Wayne Jones has had almost twice the number of darts at double at Madars Razma. Now, part of that is because he's had these blistering little spells of scoring, and part of that is that Madars has been pretty clinical when he's got to a double himself.
Camera 4 there, picking up that dart. Wayne Jones.
98.
This is where Wayne Jones has got to really hammer home the advantage. He's broke back. He's getting himself back in the match, but then undoing all his good work.
134.
Takes it to a finish. Already seen the 170 in the previous match. That was all in vain. Jermaine Watermainer. Despite
140. When you
impressive performance by Nico Springer. Looking forward to seeing him play Brendan Dolan, because Brendan Dolan's form not spectacular at the minute. Springer will fancy that.
139.
Nice setup. It's been a decent scoring leg from Madars Razma, though. Chance of his best leg of the match. Another 16. It's a good guide in the end, I think. Oh, uses it spectacularly. Really nicely constructed from Madars Razma. That is either a superb guide for the double or an accidental bit of help because he didn't mean to be that close.
Either way, it's a fantastic visit for Madars Razma, and yet again another breaker throw. We haven't had a holder throw since Madars held in the third leg.
96.
Break after break after break, and Wayne Jones on the brink now.
140.
I think we've seen enough to suggest maybe Wayne Jones shouldn't hang up the darts just yet, Dan. There's a lot out there still to play. You know, he hasn't got a tour card, but there's challenge tours.
99.
There's plenty of darts out there. It's just whether Wayne Jones has got that hunger still.
It's a sort of display that I'm not really surprised to see from somebody like Wayne
60.
Jones. Wayne Jones, as we say, is a former major finalist. He was a former top 10 player. Wayne Jones, 20 years from now, if you gave him a set of darts and say, go and play some darts, wouldn't surprise you if he hit an 11 and a 12 darter. It's 59. All that other stuff in between. If you're going to win a game at this level in PDC darts, you've got to be good enough, often enough in this match. And at the minute,
85.
He's been good enough, not quite often enough.
Yeah, that sums it up. Yeah, moments of brilliance, but moments of mediocrity from Wayne Jones, and it looks like it's going to cost him.
96.
And he'll kick himself, because it's one thing losing the match, but when you know you've had many an opportunity, you know, the scoreline could be easily reversed here. Wayne Jones had
100.
Still got a chance.
151.
Not done yet.
We'll get a look at the 116. This game isn't done just yet. Madars 13s or 17s? It'll be the 13s. He should get 2 match darts if he's allowed to return.
Yeah, Wayne Jones likes double 18s. If you can find the treble 20, pretty confident on that side of the board. We're going to see another break here. We are. That's incredible from Wayne Jones. He won't go away, but he needs to hold his throw.
10 flag, Wayne to throw
in the match.
Game on.
That 116. Razma waiting on 58 to book his place in the next round, but this is where Wayne Jones has got to get it right.
82.
Well, that was a solid leg from Wayne Jones. 15 darter. But has he got it in him to have 2 more solid legs? Because if he doesn't, he's going to have to rely on Madars Razma mucking things
42.
up.
Well, that opening visit gives Wayne Jones a bit of a buffer. You can stack one on top of there, you'll have a good little cushion in this 9th leg.
60.
So a bit of reach in that last one.
$93.
You see, that is one of the things, you know, you can use the 19s and the 17s or whatever you want to use, but if you don't have a coherent
60.
plan, like you were talking about earlier, you find yourself on things like 3-6-6, 3-6-3. You cannot leave a finish from those numbers, even with 3 big trebles.
Yeah,
Like that.
It's a great visit. And that's why I use it. But
171.
like you said, Dan, it's got to be you.
Wayne was going to hit a ton 40 to leave 159, so who cares? Play on whatever number, if you're not even thinking about Wayne.
At the right time, he tidied up in that last leg.
First rounds, they're never easy, and players are always very happy when they manage to get through that. That is the bottom line below that match, right? Somehow got through it.
Yeah, the first round never easy, but actually today it wasn't me. I played maybe for 2%, it's maximum, because I think about situation in the Baltic states, in Ukraine, and it's very hard to focus for darts now. Actually, I posted on Twitter yesterday, I'm ready to go back to home at any time, because it's very hard. Maybe, I don't know, people in Europe maybe don't understand situation about Russia and Ukraine, but I live very near, my hometown is very close, and I think about, I'm not in darts now, and I think the next few weeks as well, it will be very hard to focus for dart. But I'm happy to win, of course, and thanks to everybody who supported me today. And I will try to play better tomorrow. I will try to focus. First, focus more to dart tomorrow, and Joe, I hope Joe. Yeah.
Joe Cullen, who was a bit of the...
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good player. He's an amazing player, and I will try to beat him, of course.
Yeah, I mean, he's a bit of the man of the hour, sort of, Joe Cullen. But in the head-to-head, you played each other 9 times. You've got the lead. You've won 5 out of
Really?
them. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
no, I beat him the last time, but no, tomorrow we will start from 0-0, and for me it's very important to forget everything and to focus just for darts, because today it was good to hit 180 for fans. Actually, wasn't for me; it was for fans. but I will try. It's important. I have 1.5 day I will play tomorrow evening, I think. Yeah, and I have time to focus because my practice is going very well in the hotel here. I feel very well. My practice is going well. I feel ready. Just when I start playing, then my head's going another way.
Madars. Anyway, congratulations. We enjoyed watching you play. Ladies
Thank you
and
very
gentlemen,
much.
in der zweiten Runde, Madars Razma.
Thank you very much.